absolutely in love with translation, especially clever people, brilliant people like that, who can make the language, either language, do tricks and run through hoops. Here is another old friend, this time not from 17th century Mexico, but from 20th century New Hampshire. This is Robert Frost, and this is one of my favorite poems of his. It's Tree at My Window, and in a way this is a poem about a love quarrel also. This is about the quarrel between human beings and the surrounding nature, about the trees and the growing things that surround them, of which they are not really part, but of which they must be a part forever, even though there are many more differences between us than likenesses. So he is speaking to the tree outside his window, pointing out the things that separate them, but ending with the certainty of the fact that the union, the marriage, is forever. Tree at my window. Tree at my window, window tree, my sash is lowered when night comes on, but let there never be curtain drawn between you and me. Vague dreamhead lifted out of the ground, and thing next most diffuse to cloud, not all your light tongues talking aloud could be profound. But tree, I have seen you taken and tossed, and if you have seen me when I slept, you have seen me when I was taken and swept and all but lost. That day she put our heads together. Fate had her imagination about her. Your head, so much concerned with outer, mine with inner weather. And here it is in Español. Árbol vecino. Árbol vecino, ventana verde, cierro el postigo si el sol se va. Pero entre nosotros dos, ojalá nunca se cierre. Cabeza ilusa, que del terruño se eleva leve como las nubes, jamás sabrán tus lenguas volubles hablar profundo. Pero te he visto, árbol, sacudido, y si me has visto una vez soñando, febril me has visto, y enajenado, casi perdido. Genial y sabia suerte, que supo las dos cabezas juntar un día, la tuya atenta al tiempo, y la mía al tiempo oculto. And I'd like to end this series and then go on to something else with a recent translation by a very much living friend, the former poet laureate Richard Wilbur, who is another one who makes the language go through hoops and who defies translation because his surfaces of his poems are so dense with figures, so dense with designs, that you don't know how to do translations of his work without losing half of it. So here is his sonnet, in which he depicts a farmer. It's like a little drama, actually. This is a little mini play. The time is New England autumn, late in autumn. The harvest is already in. Night is falling. The characters are the man, the farmer, who is sinking into his rest, foreseeing several months of peace and quiet, but also thinking, whether he knows it or not, of how important labor is, how important work is to our lives, and what a role it plays in our lives. And the other character is a scarecrow outside his window. Sonnet. The winter deepening, the hay all in, the barn fat with cattle, the apple crop conveyed to market or the fragrant bin, he thinks the time has come to make a stop, and sinks half grudging in his firelit seat, though with his heavy body's full consent in what would be the posture of defeat, but for that look of rigorous content. Outside, the night dives down like one great crow against his cast-off clothing, where it stands up to the knees in miles of hustled snow, flapping and jumping like a kind of fire, and floating skyward its abandoned hands in gestures of invincible desire. And here it is, soneto. Entrado el frío, repleto de ganado el establo, el heno en el pajar, las cargas de manzana en el mercado o el fragante cajón, a descansar, piensa, y cae reacio en un sillón ante el hogar. Su corpachón consciente, con postura que podría ser abyección si no fuera su placer tan evidente. La noche es un gran cuervo que se lanza sobre aquello vestido en sus harapos, que fijo en un montón de nieve danza saltando como un fuego inexplicable, izando al cielo desvalidas manos con gestos de anhelo inquebrantable. And now to go to something utterly delicious. This is dessert. This is the most recent book by my good friend Cesar Sanchez Veras, who lives in Lawrence. And I had the honor and the privilege of doing the translation for this, which is El Sapito Azul, the little blue frog. And El Sapito Azul won the award, the Dominican Republic's award for children's literature, and deserved it. And what I'm going to do is just read Spanish first, and then English, just a few pages, so you get the flavor of this delight. Let me see, which one should I do? Yo soy tu nuevo amiguito, y aquí te vengo a contar una historia singular que le sucedió a un sapito. Él hizo un viaje bonito, en muchos lugares vio, todo un mundo recorrió mirándolo por completo, pero guárdame el secreto, ese sapito era yo. Your small new friends passing through, that's who I am, here to tell strange adventures that befell a little frog I once knew, who took a fine journey to places that he stopped to see. He went far as far could be and saw everything there was. But please don't tell this because it's a secret. It was me. And I'll read just one more of this. I love the decima. The decima is just a delight, and wherever I teach workshops in prosody to English-speaking students, I like to infect them. I sort of plant the virus of the decima wherever I go, among other things. El sapito en otoño. En otoño, and you know, I love this one because it sounds so much like Dominicans getting used to cold weather when they first arrive. El sapito en otoño. En otoño el bosque mío deja las hojas caer y se ve el amanecer titiritando de frío. Dejo de meterme al río, pues las aguas han cambiado. Me visto con más cuidado si salgo por las mañanas y cierro bien las ventanas para estar bien abrigado. And here is Froggy in autumn. In autumn the leaves all quiver in the forest and then fall. The dawn rises over all and everything seems to shiver. Then I stay out of the river as the water changes form. I dress with care, it may storm. On morning walks I zip tight, shut my windows day and night, and make sure I'm always warm.